Hey guys, this is Jamie Lola Tallulah Poet Spice, and I am here to do a demonstration on how to use the Griffin Haunted House die. It's an easel card die that was released on HSN for the August 13th show. And you get it on a magnetic sheet, which is fabulous because her dies are a little bit difficult to store sometimes because they're so big. So you get on a magnetic sheet, and then here's your whole die set. And this will create a haunted house easel card. How cool is that? Now the funny thing about it is there's no stopper die, so you have to use your own die, which is okay, not a big deal, but it's just funny that way because I was like, wait a minute, I need to get another die set out. So yay! Boo! So opens, shuts. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do this. I've already done all the die cutting because you don't really need to see the die cutting. Now, let's start with the first piece. This is your base layer, okay? I'll try to move this out the way a little bit. So you want to cut one of these dies, okay? So here's your base. This is going to be the bottom part of your card. Here's the fold over piece to make the easel part. So when you put it down, like this. Okay, so you only need one of these. Now, you want to use a decent weight card, so like 110-pound card stock, 300 GSM if you're using UK paper. Okay, so that's going to give you your base. Let me go ahead and show you. I used Crafter's Companion 300 GSM black cardstock. And you see how that is, okay? So then you're going to fold this over, and there's this little tab, and you're going to fold it under, okay? So very simple. So that's what your base is going to look like. Cut one of those. Now, here is the next layer for your house. Now, this is not the same size as the base. See that? Okay, so this is smaller because it's going to be the mat, so you can see the edge around it. But this is also what you're supposed to cut to put on the front. So whatever you put here, you're going to see as the edge. All right, so what I did to fix that was, one, I went ahead and cut one of these out of the base cardstock, so 300 GSM. If not, then this part of your card is going to be wonky. Okay, it's going to be too thin. Then I cut another one to be the background layer here. And it's going to be what shows through the windows and so forth. So if I just cut this, then I would only have black in the windows. So I cut another one. These are going to be the exact same size, right? So this is going to be the little edge around, and it's going to be the windows. So see how that's poking through? And you've got that little edge. I went and cut a third one of these to make the piece inside because I wanted to matte. I didn't want this black, so I cut another one. So basically I've cut 3 of these base dies, okay? This foundation set. One of the plain cardstock, another for the layer that would show through the windows, and another for the inside mat. So I cut 3 of them, okay? Then I went through and I cut one of the house die, okay? And it's going to come out like this, all right? Now, what I would also suggest is here, anything that's open is going to be that base layer, okay? So in this one, when I put this behind it, all that's going to show orange. Now, this is railing, and this is, there's some little pieces here on awning. So you might want to paper piece those back in, or you could draw them in, or you could put strips behind it. So for example, if I cut this black down into a strip that just fits here, then my fence would be black, okay? Or I could go ahead and cut all this out again and then paper piece it back in black. So you have options as to what you want to do, okay? So you only need one of these. Then they give you all the decorations up in this section of the die. So here's the shingles for the roof. Now they only give you one, so what you have to do is cut it out one side and then flip it over and cut it out the other way. Okay, so if you're using a pattern paper, you'll have to cut it out one on the print side and one on the other side. Okay, here's your fascia, and you get 2 different type of windows. Okay, and then it has this little slit down here. You get 3 different types of shutters. Your ghost, your little pumpkin here. This is the it goes right there. I don't know what you call that. And then you have your door, okay, and your surround. So I cut 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 of the shutters, just in random sizes. And then I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the windows. And then I did something different up here because the die set does not come with a window that fits this. So I'm going to show you what I did to fix that. All right, you ready for putting it together? Pretty simple once you get all the pieces cut out. So I'm going to put those over here for you. First, I've got the base over there. So I've got my base and I've got my backing plate. Which will go there. And this is the one I want on here. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back. I love this Nouveau glue, even though this actually isn't Nouveau glue anymore. I filled it with some tattered lace glue because you can still reuse the bottle. Okay, and this is just some DCWV paper that I'm using from like, I don't know how long ago for Halloween colors. So this mat, you're just going to line up. Okay. So that's just so your card will be sturdy because you can hear how thin this paper is. I mean, it's thicker than regular paper, but it's not card blank thick. Then I'm going to put some glue on the house. And this was some Mambi paper, I think. Me and My Big Ideas paper. From a while ago. I think I got this at Tuesday morning. Years ago. When our Tuesday morning was actually halfway decent. Which it is not anymore. It sucks. Okay, so this is it looks complicated because of all the pieces, but it is not. And you have so many choices, especially if you like to color. And if you like to paper piece, well then you could have a ball with this die set. All right, now this piece is smaller than this, so you want to line it up and get it all centered and so forth so that it looks good when you place it down. It's just fabulous. Okay. Now, as advertised, she talked about using double-sided paper, but now you can see how you can just use single-sided paper and it will still work fine. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the front cover part. Now, we're going to take that other piece that we had and we're going to line it up in here as our mat. Like I said, it's a very simple die to use, even though it looks complicated. And just line that up the way you want it to go. The way you want it to go. Alright, so then we have that. Now, we need to put our card together because it's not a card yet. Okay, this flap here is folded down, alright? And so that's what we want to put glue on. So we're just going to do this and put glue on this edge. And I prefer wet glue because it gives you a little time to wiggle it around to get it on there if you need to. And I always need to. All right, so this is what I found to be easier. Instead of trying to line it up on here, line it up with your mat underneath. So you're going to line this section up with this mat down here. So once you do that, then you're good to go. So I'm going to get that there. Get that on there like that. So now if you notice you can't see the mat underneath, Okay, so you see this one on top, but you can't see the one underneath, which means we've got it all lined up. I'll probably turn this, get that a little bit on the top. There we go. And then I just like to go ahead and do it, fold it back. All right, so just go ahead and rub that down. You can also do this. Oops, sorry that the camera's shaking. It's kind of hard to do this and not make the camera move. There we go. All right, so once that glue is set, just wipe the excess off. So you have that. Now you have your easel card. Yep. And then I'll go ahead and fold it this way too to get it. So there's your easel card. How cute is that, right? Now all you got to do is decorate, decorate, decorate to your heart's content. And then we'll put on the inside. Okay, so down here, I'm going to go ahead and put on the door. And in this case, I've got all my little bits. The bits and bits and bits and bobs. They're all right here. Okay, so we can just go through and do what we're going to do. All right, first I'm going to put on my little pumpkin, because I want to make sure to have this on before I put the outside window on. So that's there. And then the little ghost is here. Let's see if I can bring you down a little bit without causing a problem. Okay, so there's the ghost. And then you can put them anywhere you want. But I'm going to put one in the window. And I want to put it in there before I put the actual window trim on. So we're just going to put that right there in the window. And you could go in ink, you could go in color in some stuff. Okay. Now on that house, I had the orangey color ones, and this time I'm going to use black ones. So there's two sets of windows, so you could do it any way you please. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And if you could do these and run them through your Xyron and make them stickers, if you wanted to do that as well. If you offset it a little bit, you'll get that little kind of drop shadow in the window. All right, so then you can see the orange light glowing. Okay, go ahead and put some more. And what I've used for the windows is just scraps from cutting out the base, so that we could do that, use those pieces. I'm going to put the same kind of window down here. All right, as I'm putting this together, if you have any questions, you could write those down below. Also, if there's something you would like to see demonstrated, you can leave that below. Try to get some more tutorials up. So there's that one. Now these are different kind of windows. You could put the same kind of thing on, or you could change them. In my case, I'm going to change them up. I need to make sure I save a couple types of windows. So I'm going to go ahead and put, now this piece falls out, but I'm going to glue it back in anyway. So can you see that, the piece down there? So I'm just going to leave it in there. And you could cut it out of a different color. And if you notice, these pieces right here, that's how I'm lining up my window. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. So see, now that I put the window on top, it looks like the ghost is actually inside the house. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this one over here. The other thing is, while you're while you're thinking about doing your houses, you could also do them in like brown and make it a gingerbread house, or Christmas colors. You could do it, change it to a Valentine's Day house, because pretty much the ghost and the pumpkin are the only thing that really say Halloween house. right? It's your paper choice that changes it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go off camera, go ahead and glue all these pieces down, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I've gotten to the point where I've added the shingles on the top, and I just wanted to show you. So the die cuts one way, and so you have the professional looking side here. Then you have to flip it to do the other side because they only gave you one die. Okay, so what you can do is run it through your embossing folder to flatten both sides out, but it doesn't really matter. Because it's a creepy house. So there you go. So we put on the other fascia and so forth. Okay, added the shutters. And now I'm going to show you how to do these two dormer windows up here because there is no die that's specifically for them. So this die here, and I'll show you which one I'm specifically using. This die here is the one I'm going to be altering. And I'm going to use the pieces that came out of the door to create this window. So here's the full-size window, and I'm going to cut it here. So I've already done that. So I've cut it to where there are, let's see if you can see that, 2 sets, which fits this. And then from the door, you have these 2 panels. So we're going to use those, okay? So all I'm going to do is put my glue on these pieces that I cut. And I'm going to line them up over the window, okay? Now, we can take this. I got to get it a little straight for you. There we go. So see how that fits now? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And so just by taking that set of windows, we can go ahead and fix these. Put those up there, line that up. I'm kind of sad now, all my skulls are kind of hiding. Okay. But now it looks weird because all these have bases and these 2 don't. So that's where these 2 pieces come in. They're just the straight pieces from the door. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue. Actually, I'm going to put the glue on the piece because that'll make it easier. And I'm going to try to get it to line up pretty much with what was there. You might have to overlap a little bit. Trying to center the piece on. And then do the same thing to the other side. So just put some glue on there, and then I'm just going to try to line this up. Try to get them centered. And I suppose it won't matter too much if it's a little jankety-jank because it's supposed to be a haunted daddery housey. Now I'll probably go back and put in some little black eyes or gray eyes for the ghost in that, but you can see the overall effect now. So you see how the windows look? So you just take this bigger die, cut it down, and put it on the dormer windows at the top. Okay? Then let's go ahead and throw on some more ghosts. I think this is such a cute die. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I must have it. So you know it had to be cute because I am not a Halloween person. I do like my gothic, but I do not do a lot of actual Halloween stuff. I'll do a little bit, but not a lot. So, it'd be fun to have one of those like little noisemaker things. I guess the Sizzix dies come with some of those little squares where you can record things. That would be funny. And then you could go back and add whatever you wanted into here. And so the only thing left is to put our sentiment piece to keep it up. So I went ahead and cut this out. Put one of the little bats on. Then we have our sticky foam, double-sided sticky tape, or foam pads. That's what they're called. I was like, what are these things? Foam pads. Go ahead and pull all that off. Okay, got it all off. So then you just decide like how far up you want your house to go, and I want it to go pretty far up. So I'm going to stick it like this. And try to center it if that's what you want. You could do it wonky. So there's that. And if you didn't feel like that was enough, you could put another layer of foam tape. And so there you are with the Anna Griffin easel guard. Haunted house. Now you could go back and add some glitter, go back and do some coloring, go back and do some grunging, put your sentiment there. You can put like a little hidden surprise up here, so forth. So I hope you guys like that and that was interesting for you. And definitely let me know if you make one. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.